Hello there. Today I'm in the vegetable garden and I'm having a little look back at April the 3rd when I planted the first row of early potatoes. We had a very cold April and it was cold at nights anyway. There was lots of frosts and it was very dry. We didn't have virtually had no rain whatsoever through the whole of April. Anyway, I like to dig a trench and I like to fill it with some homemade compost and place the potatoes on top of it. I've always done it this way. There's lots of other ways, I'm sure, but it's the way I've done it. I always put the string there, so I like to know exactly where they are. And they're Sharps Express. I've spelt that wrong. It's my dyslexia, I'm afraid. I didn't notice at the time when I wrote that out, but I do like to mark what is in the ground. I planted two more rows about a week apart, but they've all come up at the same time, which is what usually happens. They're looking quite nice. They've all been earthed up, and there's the onions and the carrots, which I planted around about the same time as the potatoes. They're not looking bad. We did have a little bit of damage from some deer. We got roe deer that come in, and we also got fallow occasionally coming in, and then there's always the pigeons. So everything that's palatable to those sort of animals does need to be covered up. You can see the onions, they don't sort of bother those too much, and nor the garlic. Anyway, today we're planting sweet corn, and the head gardener is planting them in, laying them out for planting in a block. I think the idea is that if you grow sweet corn in a block, they pollinate each other better, and they also give each other a bit of support because they're quite tall. They'll be about 5 feet tall when they're fully grown. It's only the second year we've planted sweet corn. It was quite successful last year, except we did lose some to the frost. But I don't think there's going to be any more frost. It's very nearly June. June in a few days. We have very well drained soil. There's virtually no clay, and we're on gravel. So our problem is it's easy to dig when it's wet, but it does dry out very quickly. So we always put some compost into the planting holes. The butternuts is in the foreground there. They had to go out because they were getting leggy, but a lot of wind and cold wind at that has really knocked them back a bit. But that's why I put these little protections up, these polythene little fences. It does help a little bit. I do always do that with the courgettes. And the courgettes are looking quite nicely. They're well protected there from the cold winds. Now there's a kale plant that didn't get protected properly with a net, and that's what the pigeons do to the kale, and they would have done it to the rest of these if it hadn't got protection on. It's nice vegetable kale. Now another vegetable that needs protection is purple sprouting broccoli. It takes quite a long time to grow. We wouldn't be eating this until next year, early spring. It does require quite a lot of attention. Everything seems to eat it, from caterpillars to pigeons, but it is worth growing. It is a lovely vegetable to eat. I sprinkle a little lime on the ground. It helps keep away the club root and the slugs. Now we've planted some peas, and we've got the pea sticks in diagonal angles to give them something to grow up to. Nice time of year planting things. We've got some outside tomatoes there, which don't look great at the moment, but I think they'll come on as the weather gets warmer. We've got a neighbour there, just seeing how we're getting on. He's a Welsh cob, gelding, and I think he's up for sale, but he's quite friendly. He's getting friendlier anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little look around the garden. Anyway, if you did, please click a like and maybe subscribe. Anyway, I hope to make another video soon, probably be on fishing. Goodbye.